Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Casper. As you guys already know, it's probably one of the best holds during any sort of Bitcoin drop in price. It's crazy how strong this asset actually is. It has been holding 18 cents today, fairly strong. We did dip down a little bit to like around 16 and like a half cents. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be addressing the chart. We're also going to be addressing where we could pretty much go to if, and I say if very lightly here, if Bitcoin could pretty much drop down to about like 40K, which I think that is a very good possibility. I've talked about it multiple times. Of course, we have to wait to see if, Casper's going to go higher, because if Casper does go higher, the drop is limited on Casper if we do go down to like 40.8K on Bitcoin. But with that in mind, I'm still very bullish on Casper, as you guys know, and it's probably one of the strongest altcoins within this market. I actually tweeted out a little bit of a joke about it just the other day, saying like the award for the strongest altcoin goes out to Casper. We're still up about 3% just today alone. Like I said, we did hit about 1686 and 1685, so it was a little bit above 16.5 cents. So we have been holding very strong. We hit about 19 cents, got rejected off of it, totally fine. And with that in mind, before we fully jump into this video, I just want to ask you guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and I do greatly appreciate it. Also, for anybody who does want to get my personal exit plans, my trading indicators, all that kind of stuff, also my Casper network exit plan, you guys are more than welcome to go over to NCashOfficial.com. There's a ton of content on there, as well as the Ultimate Cure Trader Trading Bundle Pack, which does include pretty much everything on the site, as well as all future content for free on a sale of 35% off for a limited time only. So with that in mind, let's jump in and let's talk about some exciting things coming to Casper, as well as happening behind closed doors. So first and foremost, and I do just want to say right now, for anybody who is purchasing Casper in the US, Uphold is pretty much your best friend. But the problem with Uphold is that you cannot withdraw your Casper. You could only sell it and buy it on Uphold. I know it sucks. We can't, stake our Casper. It's terrible. It is what it is. But we do see our Casper pad 6-tier levels. Start staking your Casper on Casper.live. If you haven't already, snapshot will be taken throughout the next 4 days. Which tier are you aiming for? And this is for the IDO, or the initial decentralized exchange offering. Here's the tiers and all that kind of stuff. This is for CSPD, or Casper Pads token. I think that this is great nonetheless, and I do think that Casper Pads is going to be a very big success. It sucks that I'm not getting it for free, or getting the airdrop overall, or I don't even think it's an airdrop. I honestly think it's just a public, it's before, it gets listed on any sort of centralized exchange. But I think that this would have been cool if they did airdrop it, though. I think that that would have been a pretty cool thing to do, similar to like the XRP airdrops and stuff. But anyways, either way, Casper Pad's going to be a huge success, and I wish I could have got in to it before it got listed on a centralized exchange or anything like that. These IDOs usually amount to being big successes. We've seen that with even Jigstack. So I think Casper Pad is a very big addition to the team. And we also see here, ready for Know Your Customer. We will share the link to Know Your Customer on the Casper Pad socials and on our website tomorrow. You're required to upload an official ID, a selfie, and add both your EVM wallet, e.g. MetaMask, and Casper wallet address. So, I think that this is great. I think that Know Your Customer is also very big in terms of regulation. So I think that this is actually good that they are adding this. And like I said, Casper Pad is getting ready for the launch, and I'm very excited for it. I think that this is going to be big for Casper, like I've said. Now, we also see here the stuff being prepped for launch on Casper Network is impressive. The list is long. Casper is going to go places. And this was actually talking about what I said yesterday as a joke. I said, and the strongest altcoin award goes to Casper. We are back to significant levels we were at when Bitcoin was at 53K. Downside on Casper is so limited, even if we see 37.8K to 40.8K on Bitcoin. Ethereum dominance rising. Ethereum/Bitcoin pair looks bullish. We are ready. And of course, Kevin Cage, exactly part of the reason why he is, obviously heavy into Casper. Someday we will laugh about a sub 10-cent Casper, or even a sub $1 Casper. And I said, the upside from these levels is limitless. Decentralized exchange, NFT marketplaces, automated market maker, bridges, and so much more still yet to launch. And it's crazy how early we actually are. Now, talking about Kevin Cage, we see here they're waiting on my downfall while I'm rooting for them. We aren't the same. Casper up 60% since November and 95% of alts crashing hard. Check this out. This is actually pretty crazy. And, in terms of a lot of these levels, we've been talking about a lot of these levels for a fairly long time. In my mind, I think that the upside from here is limitless. I've always said that. And we're talking about some significant price targets up here at about like $5.41. And so I think that the future for Casper is very bright. And I think that in terms of what we could be seeing happening very, very soon, it's going to get very, very exciting very fast. And that is why I personally love Casper. It's because it's so strong. So when the market does bounce back, first off, just think about how strong it's going to be when we actually see alt season really pop off. Like, it's going to probably have one of the most parabolic rises in this market, and it's probably going to be one of the best performing altcoins that we see in this market as well. And, the strength at the current point that we are at should be a clear evident sign of that. And I think that we could hit some of these high grade targets. I've always said $4 to $7. So with that in mind, let's move on and let's talk about some other things. So we do see here Casper. Casper Network is a layer 1 solution building a superior, scalable, secure, and decentralized blockchain attractive for developers and enterprises. Great team backed by big names, big partnerships in the pipeline. Average entry about 10 cents. Exit plan $10 or a 100x. Now, I know for a lot of people, they probably think that a 100x is not going to be possible for Casper, but in my mind, if we do get a massive rally, I think that it's really going to be very possible. Now, like I said, $4 to $7 is my range. I think that that is a conservative range. I think that we could be seeing some major high targets, like a possible 100x to $10. Now, with this, we look into what they are doing. And first off, the partners. We're actually going to be talking about one of their partners too in this video, because I do want to talk to you guys. It's actually Quest, about the supply chain solutions. But this is a massive ecosystem, and they are doing incredibly big things. Now, we do see here key features making Casper attractive to enterprises and developers. Predictable gas fees, private chain confidentiality with security and immutability of a public chain, contracts upgradable on-chain, coding and web assembly, WASM, no need to learn a new language. This is why Casper is huge. And of course, it's backed by incredible individuals as well, which we talked about. But I do want to talk to you guys about Quest, and I also want to talk to you guys about WiseKey real quick. Nothing too long, nothing too crazy, but I do want to talk to you guys about it because it is fairly significant. The thing that pretty much pops out to me within this article is this. With support from Casper Labs, Quest will enable its end users to seamlessly build Web3 applications on the Casper network, which was purpose-built for organizations that require both enterprise-grade security and performance without compromising on decentralization. Casper's unique proof-of-stake model introduces more environmentally responsible model for blockchain consumptions that significantly reduces the energy footprint of on-chain transactions compared to other blockchain networks. Now, with this, I've always talked about Web3 and how big this could be, but all of these major use cases are providing immense value, okay? They're going to provide a ton of value to this entire ecosystem, and that is what's going to grow Casper Network entirely. So I'm very excited, nonetheless, for the future of this, because when we're talking about what they are going to provide, is immense use cases. For an example, we are extremely proud to partner with Casper Labs to develop blockchain-based solutions for our customers. At Quest, we strive to develop outstanding engineering capabilities to build a scalable and sustainable organization that lasts generations. Okay, so they're going to leverage Casper Network to develop innovative supply chain solutions for our customers across diverse industries. So this is going to be huge in terms of a use case, but also it's going to provide value for generations. So you could essentially see how big Casper is going to be, especially if they're going to leverage it for generations to come. And of course, we are seeing a growing interest from large-scale organizations in both the public and private sector who recognize the unique models unlocked by Web3 technology. Like I've said, Web3 is going to be huge, especially at like $140 trillion valuation. That is something to not disregard at all. So, also, we see here, WiseKey's partner Casper Labs joins AWS Marketplace, expanding access to the WiseR NFT marketplace. we know that NFTs are huge, and we know that WiseKey is actually a fairly significant use case. In fact, WiseKey is using Casper to power WiseArt. It's a unique digital identification NFT platform for the collectible and luxury market. The new platform commercially launched on September 1st, 2021, so this is fairly new still, but of course, check it out, access and build on Web3. Web3 is going to be huge, and of course, Casper Labs is committed to ensuring successful outcomes for organizations looking to build innovative applications on the Casper network. Casper Labs co-founder and CEO, our partnership with WiseKey will set a new standard for responsible and secure NFT transactions, which I think that is much needed, and I think that this is going to allow a lot of NFT use cases, and this marketplace is going to be huge. I think that a lot of these NFTs that are built on these significant layer 1 networks, like for an example Casper, is going to possibly be bigger and actually rival things like OpenSea. Now, in terms of the price chart, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about the price chart. So with Casper, we've been looking at a lot of these price targets, or just overall prices in general, and I've always discussed where we are essentially on the fib level. So right now we are testing the 618. We've already tested it on the weekly, and there's a lot of support on the 618 level. Now we also see a lot of resistance on the 702. I think that once we do regain this level, build support on this level, we could essentially break the 786, hold above it, and then target 24 cents. I've talked about this multiple times. Now on the daily span, it's a little bit different. We have to actually analyze and address different levels here on the daily chart. So right now, we could either go off of the bottom fib level of the summer lows, or we could go off of the low here that we printed back in September, which I like to do more so significantly. But of course, this kind of changes the fib levels, as you guys do see. So in my mind, when we're looking at this and we're looking at the next major point that we could test, if Bitcoin does break down, okay? I've always talked about this. But in terms of Casper, if we're going to continue on this upward trend, if we're breaking 20 cents and finding support there before the next Bitcoin drop, we're not coming down to 14 cents or anything like that. That's why I thought this dip here that we just recently seen was the best point of entry. In fact, I think I entered again, like when I bought it was like around 16.30 because of Uphold fees, but it was around this point down here that I was trying to get into it, but of course Uphold was being frustrating. But either way, that is a perfect entry point because that is the demand zone going all the way back to the 22nd of November, and look at where we were at just days ago, and also ahead of that entry point. In my mind, I think that the strength on Casper is extremely strong. That is why I think that those major upside potential targets are very logical in a sense, but also there's so much strength within the Casper price chart. So I think that the upside potential here is very strong, but we'll most likely retest, if anything, the 618, which is at about 1678 for anybody who does want to enter that. It's been a significant point that we have held now 2 days in a row. Now, if this level is broken, prepare for a significant level to be targeted. If we do, have a, collapsing pretty much market in terms of alts that we just recently did with Bitcoin, expect us to test the 14.5 centile range yet again. In terms of the Casper Bitcoin chart, we have been showing extreme signs of strength. We have been for the past couple days now, even in regards to the drop on Bitcoin. Look at the strength that we had on that day anyways. And now we're kind of breaking above the 786 level, which I've told you guys is a significant point that we want to break above. I actually want this to hold as well because this will show us a lot of strength on the USDT pair and allow us to test this point that we were at on the 30th of November, which will lead us to the next major breaking point of 24 cents plus. So in my mind, Casper is extremely strong. I think that the ecosystem, like I said, is going to continue to grow. I think the use cases are going to continue to grow, and I love the fact that these use cases are focused on significant things. First off, this NFT marketplace, yeah, it's typical. It's something that we have been seeing a lot in this market. But what about, a new supply chain solution? That is something that we haven't been seeing a lot besides, Hedera Hashgraph. And I think that this is a huge use case, and it does provide the value or the understanding of knowing that Casper itself is going to last generations. This is going to be a major, network that's going to be around for a fairly long time. So with that in mind, focus on the bigger picture, focus on more so what's going to be happening in time. Of course, will we be expecting $10? I'm not expecting $10. I'm more so expecting $4 to $7. I think that that is a logical area to get out of Casper. It's significant percentages, especially at our current entry points and at even the current price targets that we're at. So with that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.